All right. We are checking in. We are keeping this consistency going. Uh, let's get right into it. All right, currently we're looking at it's 46 days from the target date. And the start date, we're looking at it's Saturday, it's February 28th. As far as training goes, it's a bonus slash extra credit day. So I got those on the schedule. Currently, as far as location, I am actually at the House of Gratitude. I'm actually in the office. So let's get right into it. This will probably be short or not. It is what it is. I'm letting this be as organic as possible. Okay. So, as far as training goes, today is supposed to be an extra day. Training did not happen today based on the fact I actually need a certain amount of rest. A certain amount of focus, a certain amount of food, a certain amount of everything to do the training. On Fridays, sometimes I have to catch up on certain things on Fridays based on the fact that I don't have as much time as I used to in my schedule as before. So the things that I needed to get caught up on, and I had several things that needed to be executed yesterday. Well, actually, no later than today. So I had to get started on it yesterday. Mission accomplished with those things that I needed to get done. However, getting that done put me into bed way later. Now, since I don't have to work on Saturdays, and my partner wasn't going to train today, so I took the extra time, slept in longer, recuperated from that, and decided to train a little bit later on in the day, which it's just, I'll be honest with you, I just don't like training doing regular people hours anymore. It just doesn't work for me. It just doesn't work for me. But anyways, I also, upon getting situated for my training, my partner needed some things, and part of my job with our partnership, I do go above and beyond to make sure that keep things as smooth as possible whenever she needs to get certain things done. So I accomplished that mission. However, doing so pushed my time back further than I needed to be, and I had other appointments lined up for earlier in the day or afternoon today. So the training didn't happen. I got to the hyperbolic chamber. Probably right when I was supposed to today, though. It's interesting how things just kind of work out. So I'm gonna tell you what I saw. Like I said, if we end up having a personal conversation about it, we will have a personal conversation about it. All right. But I don't really like to get into it. I don't really get into politics. I don't really get into what one race does versus another race and all that, like a lot of these like really petty things, whatever. Um, I did see something really interesting today, and I don't know. It was so interesting. I feel like it's something that I need to kind of speak on. So let's just get into it. So I pretty much kind of got to this. I'm like, I got to the hyperbolic chamber. I don't have much time to train and get to my next appointment on time. I said I'm gonna go and get something done because that's how I feel about things when I'm lined up to get something done. I don't like to not accomplish it. Anyways, so how about I don't remember if I noticed it. I didn't notice it through the window, but I did. I noticed it as soon as I walked in. I noticed it as soon as I walked in. Okay. So there was this famous athlete. It was an athlete. And he's like an ex-athlete. He was big in, during the time when he was doing his thing. And you know what? I actually wasn't necessarily like a fan of this person per se, but whenever I watched the sport or whatever that he participated in, you know, at times I did root for him whenever he was on the good side or whenever he was on the bad side, whatever. I mean, just like a major person in the sport. Anyways, uh, this guy got caught. I don't remember. I don't remember. So I don't think that it was. Oh yeah. So it wasn't video. So he got caught on audio. Ironically, since I'm doing audio messages, he got caught on audio saying very distinctive, particular racial stuff. Racist stuff. All right. And just for context, racism is racism, but this is actually towards black people. All right. Which, not that after he retired from the sport that he was really sitting in a really good place per se with all of his decisions that he made outside of the sport, whatever the case is. But however, as far as whatever legacy that this guy could possibly have was now extremely tarnished. And I didn't really think that much of it. Personally, it is what it is. I've seen it several times, especially now with technology where somebody gets caught doing the racist thing. And in that moment when they're caught doing the racist thing, there's there's position dealing with the so-called, if you want to call it, backlash based on their beliefs or whatever the case is. But whether they're saying, hey, I'm sorry and I made a mistake, etc., etc., it's one of those things where in the really big picture it really kind of comes down to are you sorry because you realize that the whole thing was wrong 100%? Or is it really like one of the lines like, oh yeah, since you got caught doing it? I mean, it's not like they didn't know it was wrong, but it's like, oh, now that you got caught doing it, you are doing the, well, let me see how much grace or saving grace or an apology like I can be based on this whole thing, etc., etc. All right. There's a reason why I'm going the way that I'm going with this story. All right. So this person had a really big following while he was in the sport. You know, certain things that they would say, and people will be on board with, you know, people will be on board, you know, showing their alliance to him. Like, hey, you know, hypothetically, if this was my situation, being that my brand and going forward, I already know that I'll be transitioning to being referred to as No Joke. Let's say this was my situation. Let's say I'm hey, if you're on team No Joke or the No Joke team, if you're on board with that team, then you know whatever. And then people are wearing No Joke team t-shirts, hats, or whatever, showing their affiliation. I mean, this is a thing that happens today with anybody that's co-signing on affiliation or situations, whatever. So anyways, I say all this, so now let me get to it. So I walk into the Hyperbolic chamber today during regular people hours, and so there's certain regular people there, and there's a guy in there, and he's wearing a shirt that is quoting what the racist person said. Now, this person has passed away. This person is no longer, the athlete is like no longer here. I believe he passed away. And yeah, you know, and it's funny, when this person passed away, there were certain people who were paying homage to, like, oh man, this guy, you know, was awesome. And then of course there was a whole thing like, oh man, you can't praise this guy, said he was awesome. He was a well-known, docufied racist person. So anyways, so there's a person who today is wearing a shirt with a slogan from said passed away racist person. I said, hey, well, I'm not really going to even judge them, because some people are fans and they want to put more energy into what they stood for, as much as positive could be, whatever. Then out of my corner of my eye, I look at it again. I'm like, wait a minute, it looks different. Somebody remade that person's slogan and put, I'm not making this up, and put another person who's living today that has a huge following, and instead of the person who passed away name in the front, they put the brand new living today clearly racist person. They put their name in the slogan, and I said, wow, well, that's very specific. You know, I'm like, okay. Now, the person's name that they put in the slogan, this person isn't an athlete, this person is in politics. And I'm like, so they took a racist person slogan, put a brand new racist person name in the slogan, and they're wearing it. You know what? Wow. the fact that people are really that comfortable now. I mean, people probably have been that comfortable, but I'm like, okay, wow, okay. And then if there can be the icing with the cherry on top, when they got into their vehicle to leave, on the license plate, there's another symbol. This symbol has been associated with the most, when it comes to being racist towards black people. You can't come up with a symbol that has more to it than that, and they have that on the front of the car, and I'm like, wow, 3 for 3. 3 for 3. And what would be really crazy? This person, if it really came down to it that they were receiving so much backlash for everything that they're doing, they'll probably look you dead in the face. I mean, some people are all in. Some people are all in. And this person might be all in. This person might be like, oh man, yeah. Oh man. I'm mad that, that we're not still doing whatever we were doing to black people back in the day. There were some people, I mean, that is actually still happening. Like, that happened today, 2026. So, what I want to do in light of all of that, when it comes to my brand, the symbol that I'm utilizing to push it forward, and just everything that goes along with it, I'm going all the way in. Now, it doesn't mean that along the way I may say something that's not really correct, or maybe it's whatever. It might be slightly offensive. Whatever the case is, it can happen, and I'll be willing to, if I look at it and see like, oh yeah, maybe I went about that the wrong way, or maybe I said that the wrong way. I said this, but I said this, but that's not what I believe. I don't have a problem explaining what I believe, because I get misinterpreted all the time, where certain people will see certain things, and they're like, well, it says that. I'm like, yeah, but that's not what it means, though. It's just really interesting. Like, wow, it is this. You can't like this. Like, it would be really interesting for this person to possibly have a whole conversation. And I mean, this person is walking around in public like this, rocking this stuff, proudly rocking this stuff, with other black people in the building with him, and he doesn't care. Anyways, so what I want to say is that I'm going to do my best to have my brand represent what I believe that it represents, which is really good. Man, I really appreciate everybody that's going to rock with me. There's a possibility, very distinct possibility, that when I actually start explaining what I believe in and how I believe in it and everything like that, whatever, I probably will lose a lot of people. It's possible. But I'm just going to do my best to be my best. Make adjustments along the way. But, pay attention to the symbols that people are comfortable wearing around you, who they are very comfortable affiliating with around you. None of this is random. I mean, sometimes some people might actually, hey, I've done it. I've been cool with something only to find out, wait, hold on, that's what that means. Man, now that I know what that means, I can't rock with it. So yeah, I mean, do some homework, pay attention. God willing, anytime anybody does homework on me, um, I mean, my track record ain't perfect, by far, but I definitely do my best to be my best. Made mistakes along the way, and I probably have certain things I still need to apologize for along the way. Anyways, um, symbols, messages, associations. Pay attention, man. Pay attention. They're everywhere. Who they're rocking with, who they're selling for, who they're rooting for. It matters. Anyways, let's wrap this up. You could be anywhere, but you decided to be here, and I appreciate that. Share, subscribe, support. You know the deal. Forward, upward, through, under, over, around when you got to. God willing, we're doing one of these tomorrow. Until then, yeah.